Hey, scientists, we've been working on engineers and technology. We said an engineer is someone who uses science and math to solve problems, and they find a solution for those problems. And we also said that they may use technology to help them with those problems. And we said technology is anything that is made that we can use to help us. And so, even though we often think like a laptop is technology, it sure is, and a cell phone is technology, which it is, there are other things that are technology that have helped us, that help us now, but have also helped people in the past, like a pencil is technology. We did that yesterday. Well, today's lesson is kind of twofold. We're going to just quickly talk about a design process when they solve problems. And you're going to see a problem that somebody else has. And then you're going to look around your house and see, do you see any problems that you can do? The first step through is talk about the problem and ask questions about the problem. So that's what we're going to work on now. Then we are going to look at technology and how things have changed, like a car. And you're going to have a little bit of fun with that too. But let's start with the first step of an engineer is to define the problem, find the problem, and ask questions about it. Let's see if we can click to the next thing.
A design process is a plan with steps that helps engineers find good solutions. Remember step 1 of a design process? It's define a problem. Play the video to explore what happens at this step.
The treats for Tara's dog keep crumbling when she puts them in her pocket. It's messy. This is a problem. She needs to find a way to protect the treats. Tara defines her problem.
So there's her problem. The problem is that when she puts her dog's treats, they probably were whole bones when she put them in her pocket. Well, after she put it in her pocket and when she goes to give it to her dog, she takes it out of her pocket and it's all crumbly. That's kind of a big problem. I mean, the dog could enjoy the crumbs, but I bet you they'd enjoy a bigger bone treat versus just some crumbs. So Tara has that problem.
What is step 1 of a design process? Choose define a problem, ask questions, or gather information.
So the first step is to think about the problem and define it.
Let's go on a scavenger hunt. Look around your classroom for a problem that needs a solution. Define the problem. Then make observations and gather information about the problem. Finally, talk with your classmates. Tell what you know about the problem.
So let me tell you what I found as a problem today. I looked around our classroom today and I thought there were a lot of kids with their shoes untied. Now I said, wow, there are a lot of students with their shoes untied. And I got to thinking, is there anything I can do to help the students with their shoes not being tied? Right? That was a problem that I saw. So that was my problem. And we kind of talked about it in the classroom today. I said, do I need to invent an automatic shoe tire? And then we laughed and we thought, you know what? There is going to be a solution. We can come up with a way to help students with their shoes. So that was a problem that I noticed in our classroom. But look around your home. Do you see anything? Maybe you see if you have a puppy and your puppy keeps scratching at your furniture because it's a puppy. So maybe that's a problem. Or maybe your doorbell keeps ringing because someone's knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell right when your baby brother's taking a nap, right? That could be a problem. So think about your house. Do you see any problems there? Well, all you need to do is just take a peek around, see if you see any problems, and see if you can talk about it with someone in your family, maybe your little brother, your big brother, your mom, or your dad. Hey, I see this problem and I'm studying the process of being an engineer. The first step we do is find a problem, talk about it with somebody, and then soon enough we'll go into step 2. Now, we're going to take a moment and take it further. And this is just going to be a little bit of fun with reading and science. So we know that engineers make things to help us, right? To give us even a better life, help solve our problems. And we're going to talk about transportation. Now, transportation is something that was not as easy back in the day. Back in the older days, they did not have airplanes. They did not have cars like we have today. So their transportation took them a lot longer. But still, an engineer, somebody saw the problem that people needed to get from one place to another, and they found ways to make that. And then it's gotten better and faster as time's gone because people have seen, you know what, that was a really good car, but there's a way to make it better. And so someone else came along and worked at it to make it even better. So we're going to take a quick timeline through transportation today.
Do you ever ride in a car or bus? Explore how technology has changed how people move around from place to place.
We'll play this video.
A long time ago, the fastest way to get around was on a horse. Then the train was invented. This shows an early form of the kind of trains you see today.
Now, that's not a train that we see today, is it? That was one of the early forms. But do you see how they took that train and they improved it over time? So now it's much faster. Look at this picture. It's a picture of an early car. And do our cars look like that today? No, they don't. They're made faster. Let's go ahead and see if we can keep listening to this.
Not long after the car came along, the Wright brothers invented the airplane. They flew their first plane in 1903. Where else could people travel? Space! This kind of spacecraft launched in 1981.
Okay, so those are some ways that technology changed over time.